they had this whole park was donated by so and so, Mr. and Mrs. in honor of their son so and so, and it was just unbelievable. I mean, the price of this park that these people played, they're from Long Island, New York, Bloomingthal or something like that. But it was something to see, and there was something else there besides the blackness with the voices. But that was the main thing. That was the main thing, and you didn't know if you were going to get out or not because it was so black, and you're holding on to this little railing, and then finally, all at once, it turns the corner, and you turn the corner, and you're out. And then we went out, and then we went to the Holocaust for the adults. Oh, gosh. That was something to see, too. That was another absolute amazing thing. I'm so glad I got to see it. I saw it once in Chicago many, many years ago, but this was good. You just kept going through, and there was groups there with guides talking and explaining. But Alan says, I want you all to go through at your own pace. Look at what you want to see. It's in 4 sections. When they came into power, and then when the Nazis did this and that, it went on like that. And finally, the last stage was when people came and redeemed everybody and saved who they could. It was wonderful to see such a sad, sad thing. I remember when Ralph and I went to Dachau, and this was a concentration camp. And there was a small opening there, a little way to go through. It wasn't huge at all, but it was a high wrought iron door frame, you would call it, made out of wrought iron. And on the top it said, "Freedom through work." Now here these people coming and they say, "Oh boy, if we work hard, they'll free us." And there was no way. There was the big crematory up on the hill there, So sad. It was a very small place, Dachau was. But that was very moving to see, too. I've never forgotten that. Now, we went to the Israel Museum, and we saw the real Dead Sea Scroll. Well, only one section of them. And I told you how they sewed them together before. We went to the tomb garden. Now this is another assumption. All cannot be true. It's not, I don't know. There's always 2 spots for everything. The spot where Jesus was buried, or close by where Jesus prayed and Peter slept. So, but at this tomb garden, we had a lovely spot there, and we all sat down there, and we had bread and wine. The pastor had talked to the people there, and they had, when we went and sat down, they had a plate there of matzah and little cups with the, I don't think it was wine, it was grape juice. Oh, it was such a nice spot. And then the pastor said a prayer. So where Jesus prayed and Peter slept was the Garden of Gethsemane, and we saw that too. And that's another thing that they said, well, was he buried there? See, the sanctuary of the Gethsemane Church, there's a cistern there. And there's the Church of All Nations is there. And, well, of course, the cistern is underneath the church, And the paintings, the ladies were down there. It was like in a grotto, kind of. And there was ladies from Italy, youngish women, and they were doing the ceiling. She says, when we came, the ceiling was all black. Look over there. This whole thing was black. Now look here. Then you look up above, and they had cleaned this blackness off and gotten down to the pattern that was on the ceiling. And then they were touching that up and making that cleaner too. And they were up on scaffolds. This was a grotto of the apostles. That's what it was called. But it was so nice. It's so nice to go into those little small places. You feel so much more like back when the people were there.